Hello my friends, P4wnyhof here, and today with a rather sad topic, to be fair. So there was a lot of drama going on Twitter because certain pro players felt the dire need to call me out as a cheater in Hearthstone, which is fairly rude, especially since it's completely untrue. They were taking actually the event of the Gentleman Cup 2014 as their example for the incident. So what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you the truth about what was happening. I'm going to tell you all the errors that happened during the event. And you can then, in the end, make up your own mind and actually decide what it was. Was it someone just being extremely incompetent, making multiple errors and admin mistakes? Or was it, in fact, brutal cheating? How some certain pro players in the Hearthstone scene claim. And the video will hopefully, make you use your own mind and not just follow the opinion of witch hunting people. So enjoy the video. I hope I can shed some light to the whole thing. So the Gentleman Cup was my first event ever. I actually ever made in my whole life in esports. The first tournament I ever made. I just joined TakeTV like a month ago or so in 2014. And then, I got the job to put the event together, get the idea for the event, and in 2 weeks or so, get the rule set running and actually make everything ready for the whole event. That was the beginning of the Caesar Cup, of the Gentleman Cup, which was already error number 1. Someone completely unexperienced, never having done that before, doing this alone. I got told, hey, you can ask if you need help or if you need to know anything. But the problem is, if you don't know what to ask, or if you don't know the questions you have to ask, you might not even know what you're missing out. So error number 1, definitely never have been doing this before. Writing a complete rule set for an event. Wasn't all too smart because the rule set was pretty shitty. Also didn't get enforced throughout the whole tournament really well. Admin mistake. Then the whole tournament actually started running. Hard thing was, it was pre-recorded games because there was no there was no spectator mode at that time. So we actually had to record the games to cut them together to then stream them. And that never worked out because, the people had to send in their replays due to a dead time. That actually no team ever more or less hit that dead time. So VODs came always too late. We last second cut things. And that was kind of shitty. Mistake number 2, not enforcing the rules of deadline things. Because if someone sends in the game too late, instant loss. Obviously, you kind of didn't want to do that because you actually want to have an event where you stream games. And we're not saying, well, guys, I'm sorry, but there was team Asuba versus VVV. And we're not going to stream this week because everyone sent in their VODs too late. Maybe we should have done that in week 1 or week 2, and then the VODs would have always been on time. But like this, you had it throughout the whole event that this never worked out. Giant error on the admin side. Then we came to a third big error. I was playing myself in that tournament. Yes, I was an admin, and I thought about, hey, I'm a Hearthstone player too, playing for a team. I could play myself in that tournament. Wasn't smart. If you're admin of the tournament, you shouldn't do that. But hey, seemed like a great idea to that time, at that point for me. Was actually a pretty stupid idea because you're the organizer, and the caster for the event at the same time. So you should be playing also. That makes actually no sense. And then we come to the biggest mistake of the whole league probably. In the end, when the league was at an end, when every game was played, we spontaneously decided, hey, let's do playoffs. There wasn't anything in the rule set for that, and we never talked about playoffs before. But we at TakeTV decided that's going to be more content for everyone. It seems like a gigantic good idea, The teams will like it. Let's do playoffs. I mean, everyone was okay in the end with it. We did the playoffs, everyone played and everyone get their prize money. But yeah, like making just suddenly the decision to do it without like in front planning that in your 2-week planning phase didn't seem all too much intelligent, right? And then there came the big incident during the playoffs, which was there was like for the quarter is the word quarterfinals? I think for the quarterfinals, half finals, semifinals. For the semifinals, there had to be points counted, like because there was actually there was a tie of scores, so match scores had to be counted from over the whole league. So 2 teams really had the same win and lose overall. So you actually had to count every single match and see who actually has the higher match score in the end. So from like, what was it, 16 or 20? I think 30 weeks almost in the end. You had to take like all the games from all the teams and count them together. What did we do? Took the scores from the GosuGamers wiki. Big mistake. Because throughout the whole event, as an admin, you should have had an Excel chart where you actually have every win and lose in. Really well scripted and in your like folders, and it's just sitting there exactly for this situation. As a good admin. So we took the scores from the GosuGamer wikis and counted them. And came to a decision where Team X is over Team Z. The problem was, there was a mistake in the GosuGamers wiki. And actually because Team Z wasn't happy because they thought they deserved it more than Team X, a certain group of people recounted everything together around GosuGamers. Noticing their own error in the wiki, noticing my error too, being like, hey Pony, you're wrong. Actually, certain Team Z is over Team X. Then I took the time to really sit down, rewatch like every single VOD, just like, you know, click through it, find out where the error was. And in the end, they were right. Tremendous error on admin side. So we actually replayed everything. Rematched everything. Gave everyone their chance again. Like everyone got the prize money in the end and everyone won. So here comes the big conclusion question. As a first-time admin organizer, that was the worst event I've ever done. The events after that went actually pretty well. Seed Story Cup number 2 was a giant blast. But this event was more or less a gigantic fail. On my side. So, now it's for you to decide, chat. Community. Was that the worst human ever? Cheating his way to victory? Rigging a tournament? And trying to, I don't know, take gigantic advantage from it? Or was that probably the most incompetent administration that you might have ever seen in a Hearthstone tournament? Now you know what was kind of going on. There's an article on GosuGamers which kind of puts the story together again. We wrote an official statement back in the days, really apologizing to everyone for doing those mistakes, for probably not delivering the best production we could have had. And I think everyone that actually reads that article and watches this video should be able to make up their own minds, if you're actually willing to make up your own minds, and come to a conclusion wherever it might lead you. Thanks for your attention. Thanks for watching. Hopefully for being open-minded and not just blatantly following a witch hunt or listening to people without making up your own minds. Wish you a wonderful day. Sorry we had a sad topic like this going on, but I think it was about time that we kind of talk about it. So, wish you a wonderful one. Hope to see you soon on live stream again. We'll continue as always, Monday to Friday plus Sunday, 8 to 4 p.m. with some good mood Hearthstone content. And well, we'd love to have you with us. Goodbye.